All right, so are you ready to dive into this? We're talking all about the compound effect today. Got some excerpts from Darren Hardy's book, The Compound Effect, to kind of guide us. And I gotta say, the idea that just these small little things you do consistently can lead to huge success, it's a bit mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how such a simple concept can be so powerful.
It really is. It's like almost like a ripple effect, right? But for success.
Exactly.
But I'm also a little skeptical. Like, let's say you're up against somebody who's got way more resources or talent or whatever. Can this compound effect really help you beat them?
Well, that's where Hardy's number one strategy comes in. And he argues that it doesn't really matter where you're starting from. If you consistently apply these principles, it gives you a real edge.
So it's not about luck. It's about like kind of harnessing this secret weapon almost.
Exactly. It's about leveraging this force that most people aren't even aware of.
Okay, I'm liking this underdog story, but how does this hidden force actually work? He talks about momentum a lot. I'm not really seeing how that connects with the compound effect.
Okay, well, think about it like this. Have you ever seen a snowball rolling down a hill?
Yeah.
Starts off small, right? Maybe even tiny.
Yeah.
But as it rolls, it picks up more and more snow.
Yeah.
Gains size, it gains speed. That's momentum in action.
Okay.
And it's a perfect way to visualize how the compound effect works. Every little win, every positive action you take, it's like adding another layer to that snowball, accelerating your progress.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see it now. But what about the negative stuff? Hardy also talks about bad habits and how they can sabotage you, even habits you're not aware of. That's kind of scary, to be honest.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's often those small, seemingly harmless choices we make every day that end up tripping us up in the long run. Like let's say you skip your workout just once a week. Doesn't seem like a big deal, right?
Right.
But over a year, that's 52 missed workouts. And it's these tiny slips that compound over time, holding us back from reaching our full potential.
That's so true. It makes you think about your own habits. What little things am I letting slide that don't seem like a big deal but could be holding me back? That's something to think about. But okay, how do we actually make those positive changes stick? The book talks about installing these key disciplines painlessly, which sounds a little too good to be true.
It's not about magic. It's about strategy. Those drastic overhauls, they rarely work because they're just too hard to maintain. Hardy's approach is all about making small, consistent adjustments. For example, instead of trying to change your entire diet overnight, what if you just swap soda for water with one meal each day?
Okay.
Once that becomes a habit, you add another small change. It's about building a foundation, brick by brick, not trying to construct the entire house all at once.
That's a great analogy. I can
Right.
totally see that.
Yeah.
So it's about building this positive habits gradually, almost like you would build muscle. You wouldn't go straight for the heaviest weights, right?
Exactly. You start small, gradually increase the challenge, and let your body adapt over time. It's the same with building positive habits.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But speaking of challenges, let's talk about motivation. Or in my case, the lack thereof.
Oh.
I'll be the first to admit I struggle with staying motivated. Hardy mentions some real lasting keys to staying motivated. What's the secret?
Well, one of the most interesting things about motivation is that it's often the result of action, not the other way around. We tend to think, oh, I'll get motivated, then I'll start. But really, it's the act of starting, even if it's something small that sparks that motivation to keep going.
Oh, so it's about breaking that cycle of procrastination just by taking that first step.
Exactly.
And then the momentum builds and the motivation follows. It sounds so simple, but so powerful.
It is.
Now, Hardy also talks about superachievers having an unfair advantage, and honestly, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. What's the secret they're holding on to?
You might be surprised to hear it's not some exclusive club or secret handshake.
Oh.
It's simply the consistent application of these compound effect principles. These high achievers understand the power of small, consistent actions, and they've made it a part of their lives.
So it's not about being superhuman, but about being super consistent. I like that. Makes success seem a lot more attainable.
Absolutely. And what's even better is that Hardy's book gives everyone access to these same tools. It's like a blueprint for building a life of success, one small action at a time.
That's great news. I was worried I was going to have to join some secret society or something.
No secret societies required.
Thinking back to what we discussed about momentum, I'm starting to see how it all connects. It's not just about reaching a single goal. It's about developing this mindset, this way of life that sets you up for success in every area.
Exactly. It's about creating a ripple effect of positive change that impacts not just your goals, but your overall well-being and how you approach challenges in life.
This has been such a thought-provoking deep dive into the compound effect. It It's amazing how something so simple can be so powerful and have such far-reaching implications.
It really is. It's a principle that applies to everything from our finances and health to our relationships and personal growth. And the beauty of it is that it's accessible to everyone, no matter where they're starting from.
Absolutely. And the best part, it's never too late to start harnessing the power of the compound effect. Whether you're just beginning your journey or you're looking to take things to the next level, these principles can help you achieve extraordinary results.
It's a reminder that lasting success isn't about overnight transformations or grand gestures. It's about embracing the power of consistency, making small, smart choices each day, and trusting that those choices will compound over time into something truly remarkable.
So as we kind of wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave you with a question to think about. What's one small positive change you could make in your life today? It could be anything. Reading for 10 minutes, taking a walk, practicing gratitude. What would be the compound effect of that one small change over the next year? Just let that sink in for a minute.
Imagine where you could be a year from now if you committed to that one small action day after day. It's an inspiring thought, isn't it?
It really is. And if you're ready to explore this further, I highly recommend checking out Darren Hardy's book, The Compound Effect. It's full of even more insights, strategies, and real-world examples to help you unlock your full potential.
Remember, success is a journey, not a destination. And the compound effect is the fuel that will propel you forward, helping you achieve more than you ever thought possible.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration of ideas that can transform your life.
Looking forward to it. It's kind of like building muscle.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't just go straight for those heavy weights, right?
Yeah.
You got to start small, gradually increase the challenge, and let your body kind of adapt over time. And it's the same principle with those positive habits.
That's a great analogy. I can totally see that. Speaking of challenges, let's talk about motivation. Yeah. Or the lack of it. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit that staying motivated can be really tough. Hardy talks about these real lasting keys to motivation. What's the secret sauce?
Well, one of the most fascinating things is that motivation often comes after you take action, not the other way around. We tend to think like, oh, I'll wait till I feel motivated and then I'll get started. But it's actually the act of starting, even if it's just a tiny step that kind of sparks that motivation.
So you're saying it's about breaking that cycle of procrastination by just doing something.
Exactly. You got to get the ball rolling.
And then the momentum builds and the motivation kind of follows naturally.
It's the idea.
It sounds so simple but so powerful at the same time.
It is.
Now, Hardy also mentions super achievers having this unfair advantage, and honestly, that kind of bugs me. What's the big secret?
Well, you might be surprised to hear it's not some exclusive club or secret handshake. It's really just the consistent application of these compound effect principles. These high achievers, they understand the power of small, consistent actions. And they've made it a habit, a part of their daily routines.
So it's not about being superhuman, it's about being super consistent.
Exactly. It's about making those small choices day after day and letting them compound over time.
Okay, so it's not about some special talent or anything. It's something anyone can do.
Exactly. And the best part is, Hardy's book gives you all the tools you need. It's like a roadmap for building a successful life, one step at a time.
That's a relief. I was worried I was going to have to climb Mount Everest or something to unlock these secrets.
No mountain climbing required.
Thinking back to what we discussed about momentum, I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together. It's not just about one specific goal. It's about building a mindset, a way of life that helps you succeed in everything you do.
You got it. It's about creating a ripple effect of positive changes that impact not just your goals, but your well-being, how you handle challenges, and pretty much every aspect of your life.
This has been such a mind-opening deep dive into the compound effect. It's incredible how something so simple can be so powerful and have such a huge impact.
I know, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's a principle that applies to everything from managing your money and staying healthy to building stronger relationships and growing as a person. And what's really cool is that anyone can use it no matter where they're starting from.
Exactly. And the best part, it's never too late to start. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to take things to the next level, these principles can help you achieve those extraordinary results.
It's a great reminder that lasting success isn't built on some big overnight transformation. It's about those small, smart choices you make every single day, choices that add up over time to something truly remarkable.
As we wrap up this part of the deep dive, I want to leave you with a question. Think about one tiny positive change you could make in your life today. It could be anything. Reading for 10 minutes, going for a quick walk, expressing gratitude. What would the compound effect of that small change be over the next year? Let that sink in.
Imagine where you could be a year from now, just from that one tiny change repeated day after day. It's a powerful thought, right?
It really is. And if you want to learn more about this, I highly recommend checking out Darren Hardy's book, The Compound Effect. It's packed with even more insights, strategies, and real-life examples to help you reach your full potential.
Remember, success is a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
And the compound effect is what will help you get there, helping you achieve more than you ever thought possible.
It's interesting thinking about this compound effect idea. It's not just about like reaching some big, huge goal way off in the future.
Right.
It's about those small wins every day. Those little things that kind of build on each other and give you that sense of accomplishment and keep you going.
Absolutely. And you know what that reminds me of? Another important point from the book is about tracking your progress.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just a simple journal where you write down your wins no matter how small. And when you look back and see how far you've come, it can really boost your motivation and help you stay on track.
That's a really good point. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and kind of lose sight of the big picture. Having that visual reminder can be super helpful.
It really can.
And speaking of helpful things, Hardy also talks about these key disciplines that are crucial for success. What are some examples of those and why are they so important?
Well, he emphasizes things like having a clear vision, setting goals that really excite you, and surrounding yourself with people who support you.
Right.
And, those might sound like pretty basic self-improvement tips, but when you look at them through the lens of the compound effect, they take on a whole new meaning.
Okay, how so?
Well, for instance, having that clear vision, it's like a compass guiding your daily actions, making sure they're aligned with your long-term goals.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then having that supportive network around you. It creates an environment where you can grow and thrive and stay on track even when things get tough.
I love how these simple ideas can be so powerful when you really dig into them. It's honestly changing the way I think about personal growth.
That's great to hear.
At first I was skeptical about this whole unfair advantage thing that superachievers supposedly have. But now I'm realizing it's not about some secret formula. It's about applying these principles consistently, making them a habit, a part of your life. Would you say that's kind of the core message of the book?
I think that's a great way to put it. Hardy's book is really a powerful reminder that success is a journey, not a destination.
It's not about some quick fix or overnight success story.
Right. It's about embracing that power of small, consistent actions, building those good habits, and staying focused on the long term.
And that makes it feel a lot more attainable. It breaks it down into these smaller steps.
Exactly.
I think that's a fantastic place to wrap up our deep dive. It's been incredibly insightful and inspiring, don't you think?
I completely agree. It's been a great conversation, and I hope it's given our listeners some ideas about how they can apply this in their own lives.
Absolutely. So if you're ready to harness the power of the compound effect and really create a life of extraordinary results, we highly recommend checking out Darren Hardy's book.
It's a fantastic resource full of practical advice and strategies that anyone can use.
Remember, that journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And with the compound effect guiding you, that journey can lead to incredible places. Places you never even thought possible.
So true.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back next time with another exciting exploration of ideas that can truly transform your life.